Okay, good evening. So in the last class, we have discussed about the common source amplifier. The two cases we have discussed, one is with the source resistance and second case is without source resistance. So the advantage of using the source resistance is that you can reduce the gain, but that gain will be stabilized. Okay, so the gain is reduced by a factor of 1 plus GM into RS after adding the source resistance. But you can give a negative feedback, and based upon the negative feedback the gain is stable. Okay, so that is what is known as degeneration feedback. So because of that the Q point is stable. So that was advantage of incorporating RS. The advantage of incorporating the source resistances, even though the gain reduced by a particular factor, but your Q point is going to be fixed. That there is no variation in the Q point with respect to any relevant parameters. Got? Now today, as of now, we have already finished this common source amplifiers two categories, and now we will be discussing about the common gate amplifier. So as you can see in this particular slide, so this is the mm, circuit diagram of common gate amplifier. So here this is a MOSFET whose gate is grounded, and this gate is common to both input and output side. Output is taken from the drain and input is given to the source. See, the input is your V6, which is to be amplified. So this AC signal is given through a resistor and capacitor to the source terminal, and you have taken the output V0 from the drain across the load resistance. So from the figure, it is obvious that the source is common to both input and output. And meanwhile, the gate is grounded. Okay. And this gate is, sorry, it's not source, gate is grounded, common to both input and output. So it is known as common gate, not source. Okay, because here the input is source, output is drain. So gate is acting as common to both input and output, and that is why it's known as common gate amplifier. Clear, no? And as you can see from this figure here, you have used a constant current source for biasing technique, which is the most feasible or the most popular technique of biasing, because by using this constant current source, we will be able to fix the Q point in the feasible saturation region. Now, this is your input current II. Now, once this current enters to this particular node, it will be splitting into two components. Okay. So again, as you can see here, this is zero. The current entering to this particular terminal is zero. And so you can assume that the entire current IA will be flowing in this direction, that is II. Okay, so whatever the current IA is entering to this node, since the current through this particular terminal is zero, so here this entering current, it will be going upwards to the MOSFET towards the drain terminal. Okay. So that was a circuit diagram what you have. So this is a common gate amplifier where the gate is common to both input and both input and output side. Here at the input you're having the source, and at the output you're having the drain. So input is given to the source and output is taken from the drain. And as the gate is common to both input and output, it is known as common gate amplifier. So as you can see here, the gate is directly grounded. And VSIG is the input which is to be amplified, and V0 is the output which is taken across the drain. Now we are going for the analysis of the circuit. So for this we need to convert into the AC equivalent circuit. So while drawing any small signal equivalent circuit, you have to keep two things in mind. One is we will not consider any capacitors, because capacitors will appear as short circuit while drawing any small signal equivalent circuit. Okay, and we are not going to consider any constant current sources as well. Okay, so those things we will be deactivating here. As you can see here, you have a constant current source in this diagram, but we will not make use of this current while drawing the small signal equivalent circuit. Okay, so any current source will be taken as an open circuit while drawing the small signal analysis. Clear now? So while drawing any small signal equivalent circuit, you need to deactivate this current source or open circuit that source. Open circuit means here you will have a disconnection. Here you will have a open circuit, which means there is no current flow. There is no current flow through open circuit. Only through closed circuit, only the current will flow. Right. So whatever the current that is coming from this VSIG, that is IA. IA is the current input current that is coming from your input signal. So that current will enter into this particular node and it will go upwards. Why it is not going downwards? I have shown here 0. Why it is not showing downwards? Because here we have a open circuit while performing a small signal analysis. That is what is being shown here. See, I have omitted this particular portion because that current source portion you need to deactivate while performing any small signal equivalent model. Now, initially you have a capacitor in the main circuit diagram, but whenever you draw a small signal equivalent diagram, again the capacitor will not come into picture. It will be deactivated. Okay. And you have a drain resistance at the drain terminal. So this is your drain. So from where you have connected RD. And from drain to source, you have the current I. So that current I will be flowing from drain to source. Gate is at ground. So that current I will be entering here. Meanwhile, IA is entering upwards. Now you must understand the difference between VSIG and VA. VSIG is a signal which is to be amplified and VI is the voltage at the source terminal. That is, after the drop across RSIG, whenever a current is flowing in this particular direction, there will be a voltage drop across RSIG. So that remaining voltage will come across the source, which is represented as VA. Okay, so try to understand the concept, that is difference between VSIG and VA. VSIG is nothing but the voltage which is to be amplified. This is an amplifier, right? We are discussing common gate amplifier, where you have given an input, that is VSIG, which is to be amplified. Okay. So at the source, you are having another voltage which is represented as VI. That VI, it is in fact different from VSIG by a particular amount. So what accounts that particular amount, or where is that remaining voltage gone? It is dropped across RSIG. Okay. So out of VSIG, a particular fraction of voltage has dropped across RSIG and the remaining voltage VI is represented across. So from VSIG, you have a current IA which is entering to the gate. Meanwhile, from the drain, you are having a current I entering to the source. And at the drain, you are having the drain resistance RD as shown here. And your R out is marked here. R out means when you look through the output terminal, you will feel some resistance here. That resistance is your output resistance, which is nothing but, as you can see, physically it is RD. Now, going to the analysis. Hope, Bhavani, you understood how you are drawing the small signal equivalent circuit from the main circuit.
Yes, sir.
Now, the first analysis you have to perform is R in. And from the circuit diagram, it is clear that Rn is nothing but the input resistance that you can obtain while looking from the input terminal. Rn is the input resistance that you will obtain while looking through the input terminals towards this direction. So at the input terminal, which is your input terminal? Source. So at the source terminal, you are having only one resistance, that is nothing but 1 by Gm. Okay, so this 1 by Gm will be your Rin. So Rn is equal to 1 by Gm. That is whatever you are looking, sorry, whenever you are looking through this particular terminal, the only resistance that is appearing across here is 1 by Gm, because RSIG is in series arm, so that will not come into our picture. We are not going to take RSIG. It is a very low value. So the only resistance that you can find here is Rn, that is 1 by Gm. Now you will write a relation between Vi and Vsig. I told you, even though Vsig is the input signal which is to be amplified, but that input signal, it will not appear across the source entirely. Some voltage it will be dropping across R6. Remaining voltage will be coming across the source to ground terminal, that is represented as VI. So here you have a voltage division among R6 and source. Some voltage it is dropped across R6 and the remaining voltage it has come across source. So there is a voltage divider rule which I can written as VI is equal to V6 into 1 by GM divided by 1 by GM plus R6. Why 1 by GM in the numerator? Because we are taking the voltage across the source. At the source, you are having 1 by GM, which is connected to ground. Here you are having ground, right? So VI is nothing but the voltage appearing across the source and ground. So what about the source and ground? In between, what you have? In between that source and ground, you are having only one resistance, that is 1 by GM. So by applying the voltage divider rule, you will get VI is equal to, what is VI? VI is the voltage across source and ground. So in between you will have a resistance. That resistance is 1 by GM into or multiplied by the total voltage divided by the sum of two resistances connected at the source terminal. At the source you are having two resistances. One is R6 and the other one is 1 by GM. So you need to add these two. So that is what is known as voltage divider rule. I repeat, voltage divider rule means voltage across one terminal is equal to total voltage into the resistance that I connected across that terminal divided by the total resistance that is appearing in the entire network. Now what you will do is, I will take LCM. So here GM is the common here, so that GM should multiply with R6 in order to have the common denominator here, just by taking LCM. So 1 plus GM into R6 whole divided by GM. That whole divided by GM and as well as this GM, it will get cancelled with each other. But the numerator you are having GM and at the denominator you are having another GM, that will get cancelled each other. So the voltage that you will get is VI is equal to remaining term V6 divided by 1 plus GM into R6. Now, as I told you, the value of R6 is very much less, which is very much less than 1 by GM. So while calculating the input current, what you have to do is, what is input current? According to Ohm's law, current is voltage divided by resistance. So input current is input voltage divided by input resistance. So at the input resistance, you are having 1 by GM, isn't it? That is first derivation was Rn is equal to 1 by Gm. Just by looking here, it is obvious that Rn is equal to 1 by Gm. Why I am not considering R6? Because R6 is very smaller than 1 by Gm. So you have to neglect this and only retain 1 by Gm. So I have written Rn as 1 by Gm. Okay, so input current is equal to input voltage divided by input resistance, that is Vi by 1 by Gm. This Gm will go upwards, that is Gm into, okay, keep it here. We want this particular term later. Next, what I will do is, I will go for the drain current. You know that drain current will flow from drain to source. So as far as this particular circuit diagram is concerned, the drain current direction is opposite to that of incoming current II. See, this is drain current I. This I is opposite to II. Okay, and here you have no current. So whatever I is flowing, it is of equal to that of II. I is equal to that of II, but you will have an opposite direction. So you can write I is equal to minus IA. I is equal to minus IA. And what is IA? IA is GM into VI. So I is equal to minus GM into VI. This I is nothing but your ID. Clear? And why did you find out this expression for ID? Because we need the expression for output voltage. Because we need the expression for gain. To get the voltage equation for gain, sorry, to get the equation for voltage gain, we need the equation for output voltage. To get the output voltage equation, we need the equation for output current. So as of now, we have derived the equation for drain current, which is equal to minus Gm into Vi. Now you will write the equation for output voltage. From which terminal you are taking on the output? You are taking the output from drain. So V0 you have written like Vd. Why you have written V0 is equal to Vd? Because you have taken the output from drain. So V0 is now it is equal to Vd is equal to voltage is equal to current into resistance. Okay, so current is flowing from the drain to source, so you have to put minus here. So minus id into what is the overall resistances that is appearing at the drain. The drain you are having rd and rl, right? These two are parallel to each other. So what is the total resistance here? Total resistance is rd parallel rl. So you have put rd parallel rl here. Okay. And what is ID? ID is minus Gm into Va. So this minus and this minus, it will become positive. So the answer will be Gm Va into Rd parallel RL. This is the equation for V0. Now we know that any voltage gain is nothing but the ratio of output voltage to input voltage. So what you have to do, you have to take this VI to the left side so that V naught by VI will become GM into RT parallel RL. This is the second result of this particular derivation. That is equation for the voltage gain. Hope it is clear. What you have done as of now, first, you have written the expression for Rn as such. That is Rn is equal to, what is the equation for Rn? Rn is equal to 1 by Gm. Because you have eliminated Rsig. You have assumed that Rsig is very small. So Rn it directly becomes 1 by Gm. Okay. Then what you have written is, you have written the equation for Ia. Okay. Ia is equal to Vi by Rn. You have substituted the value for Rn. Then you have found out the equation for output current ID. After finding the equation for ID, you have gone for the equation for output voltage, which is equal to output current into total resistance. And you have substituted the value of Ia here, so that you will get the equation for output voltage. And you have taken this Vi to the left side to get the equation for voltage gain. Now coming to the third parameter, that is open circuit voltage gain. You need to understand the difference between the normal voltage gain and open circuit voltage gain. Whenever you are calculating the open circuit voltage gain, you will not consider the value of load resistance. Okay, open circuit means output load is disconnected. Without connecting the load resistance, we are calculating the output voltage gain. Okay, suppose if you have a, if you are using a TV, fridge, and washing machine simultaneously, then the load consumed at your home is very much large, or it will consume more energy. At the same time, if you are using only one single bulb at your home, a particular period of time, it will consume only less energy. So that is the difference between the load that you are using, right? So load is any appliances that is being worked with respect to the input power supply. Here also you are having load resistance as of this equation number 4 is being considered. But while writing equation number 5, you are focusing on open circuit voltage gain, which is represented by AV0. So got the difference between AV and AV0? AV is a normal voltage gain, AV0 is the open circuit voltage gain. So while writing open circuit voltage gain, you will not consider the load resistance into account. Okay, Pavan, are you following? Pavani sir, Pavani, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So while writing the expression for the open circuit voltage gain, you will not consider the value of load resistance. So that load resistance will be disconnected, or it will not be considered. It will be throwing out. So the equation will be AV0, which is equal to Gm into RT. Okay, so as of now, you have completed three derivations. One is the equation for input resistance, second one is equation for the voltage gain, and third one is equation for open circuit voltage gain. Now, coming to the overall voltage gain. Overall voltage gain is nothing but the ratio of V naught by V6. In equation number 4, we have written the ordinary voltage gain, which is AV, that is V naught by VI. V naught by Vi means output by input at to the MOSFET terminal. Okay. But instead of Vi, if we are putting V6 here, see, as far as this equation number 4 is concerned, we have put Vi here. But while writing or while deriving the equation for overall voltage gain, you have to find the ratio of V naught by V signal instead of Vi. What is the difference between V signal and Vi? V sig is the actual signal which is to be amplified. But Vi, what is Vi? Vi is the input voltage that is coming to the MOSFET immediately. See, this is a difference. I'll show you. This is the difference. V sig is the overall input which is to be amplified. But what happens is that some voltage will get dropped across R6 and the remaining voltage Vi will come to the source of this particular MOSFET device. So of course you have a difference between VSig and Vi, right? So GV is nothing but the overall voltage gain. The overall voltage gain is expressed as GV, which is equal to output by Vsig, V0 divided by Vsig. As of now, you have the equation for V0 in terms of Vi, right? Before writing equation number 4, you had that equation, right? See, before writing this equation, you already found out the relation between V0 and Vi. But as of now, we are concentrating in finding the ratio of V naught by V6 instead of finding V naught by Vi. So what you have to write is, you have to replace this Vi. No longer you are interested in putting this Vi here. Why? Because you are going to find V naught by V6 instead of writing V naught by Vi. So you need to replace this Vi in terms of V6. So for that only, we have written the equation connecting Vi and V6 in equation number 1. I told you this equation we will be applying at the end. Okay. So you have a relation between Vi and Vsig with you. What is the relation? Vi is equal to Vsig divided by 1 plus Gm into Rsig. How did you find this particular equation? Just by applying the voltage divider rule, as I said earlier. So now what you will do is, you will put this equation number 1 in equation number 3. Okay, so in equation number 3, you will replace this Vi so that it will come in terms of Vsig. And you can take this Vsig to the left side. Thereby, you can find the ratio of V naught by Vsig that will be coming around. It will be approximately this particular term, which is termed as overall voltage gain GV. Here, right? Initially, it was Vi here. Instead of this full term, this entire term, it was Vi. But now we are replacing this Vi in terms of Vsig. What is Vi? Vi is Vsig divided by 1 plus Gm into Rsig. So that I put here, and I will take this Vsig along with V naught so that you will get the ratio of V naught by Vsig, which is nothing but your GV. What is GV? GV is the overall voltage gain. That is the fourth parameter. So till now, you have your input resistance, you have your voltage gain AV, you have your open circuit voltage gain AV0, and find fourth one, you have the overall voltage gain GV. So 4 parameters we have derived. Now coming to the last parameter, that is output resistance. Okay. So output resistance, if you can find output resistance from the circuit, what is the output resistance that you have? See, when you check the output resistance, you have resistance RD, which you have connected at the gate terminal, right? So what is output resistance? By observing this diagram, it is obvious that R out is equal to RD. Okay, so that is the expression for output resistance. So directly without any derivation, you can write the result as such. So this completes the analysis of common gate amplifier. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, so this is very important for your CIE. So the question will be like this: derive the equation for, draw the circuit of common gate amplifier Then by using small signal analysis, derive the equation for so and so. Means your input resistance, output resistance, gain, or voltage gain, like that. Not necessary that all the 5 parameters will be asking in your question paper. So don't derive as such. Okay, you have to practice it and accordingly you write whatever in the question paper it is asked for, that only you pinpoint and write. Okay, maybe you will ask for input resistance and output resistance alone. So what you have to do, just draw this diagram by using draw this diagram, and you need to convert into the small signal equivalent model as shown here, and you just write the equation for Rn and Rout. Or if you are asked to find the equation for these two, that is gain AV and GV, then you have to perform some derivations and analysis and try to get the result. That's all. Now, coming to the last topic of this module, that is common drain amplifier. So altogether, how many amplifiers you have? You have 3 amplifiers: common source, common gate, and common drain. In the last class, we studied about common source. That too, you have 2 subsections. You have 2 categories of common source. One is with RS and without RS. Okay. Secondly, you have common gate, and thirdly, common drain. So if common sources asked means you have to find whether it is with RS or without RS. Accordingly, you write. Okay. If it is with RS means you have to write that case only. So read the question properly and then write the answers. So coming to the last part of this particular module, that is common drain. Common drain is otherwise known as source follower. As the name suggests, the output follows the source. Source follower means output will be following the source, and it is otherwise known as common drain or grounded drain amplifier. Means the drain will be at ground. As you can see, the drain is directly connected to VDD. You are not having any resistance or capacitance or load at the drain. Directly it is connected to the supply voltage. So whenever you are drawing the small signal equivalent circuit for this particular diagram, you will be deactivating VDD. Right? Whenever you are drawing the small signal equivalent circuit, what is the rule that is to be followed? You will not use any constant voltage or DC source. That is, you have to throw this VDD away and put a ground here so that this drain will get to the ground. That is why it is known as grounded drain amplifier. And is the drain is acting as input? No. Is the drain is acting as output? No. So drain is a common terminal now, which is common to both input and output. So it is known as common drain amplifier. And output is taken from the source, so it is following the source. Okay, output is taken from the source, so it is following the source. That is why it is known as source follower. Output is following the source. That is why it is known as source follower. So you have taken the output across the load resistance RL that is connected to the source terminal through a capacitor. Again, here you have a constant current source for the biasing purpose. And you have given the input V6 through an R6 and a capacitor to the gate. And you are having a gate resistance RG to have a infinite input resistance. Okay. Now, you always keep it in mind, you are taking the input through a capacitor and you are taking the output also through a capacitor. But these capacitors and all, it will not come into our picture while drawing the equivalent circuit, because capacitors will appear short circuited or it will be deactivated. Again, you are having minus VSS here, but it will not be considered while drawing the equivalent circuit. Okay, and you're taking R out across, you're taking the input resistance across gate. So while observing through this input terminals, you will find some resistance that is nothing but your R in. And while observing in this way, you will find some resistance that is nothing but your R out. Now going to the equivalent model. So this is the small signal model that you have. So of course, as I told earlier, now the drain is directly grounded. Here also at the source, you are having RL. Apart from that, here for analysis, we are using T model. You know what is T model? T please go through the previous classes videos or previous classes notes. While drawing the T model, you should add one more resistance source, that is nothing but your 1 by GM, and you have to connect output resistance R0 across drain and source. So this is nothing but your T-shaped model. And from this particular diagram, directly by observing, you can find Rn as Rg. What is Rn? Just by looking in this way. It is not shown in this picture, but in the previous picture it is shown. See, by looking directly, the only resistance that you can find is Rg. So Rn is nothing but Rg. Now, again, just like the previous derivation, what we had, we will find out the relation between Vi and Vsig. Clearly, it is understood that Vi is not equal to Vsig. Of course, you are having a voltage drop across the resistance Rsig. So you have to apply voltage divider rule. What is Vi? Vi is the voltage that you have across Rg. So Vi is equal to Vsig into Rg divided by Rg plus Rsig. That is, the voltage across Rg is nothing but Vi, which is equal to the total voltage Vsig into the resistance across which we are finding the voltage. That is nothing but Rg. So Rg should be in the numerator divided by the total resistance Rsig plus Rg. And we know that always the gate resistance is very large for a MOSFET. So what you will do is you will neglect this Rsig when compared to Rg, because you are going to retain only Rg in the denominator. Why? Because Rsig is very small and Rg is very large. So you will remove Rsig from the denominator and you will neglect that, so that Rg will cancel from the numerator and denominator, so that Vi will become equal to Vsig. So this is a speciality of this amplifier. That is, since this Rg is very large, whatever the voltage that you have given as input here, almost the same voltage you will get across Rg. Why? Because the resistance Rsig is very small when compared to the resistance Rg. Got? So this is the voltage Vi across Rg. Now, next, I will try to modify this circuit little. Okay, just by tilting something, we'll try to modify that. See what I have done here. Just I have tilted this, or I took this into bottom side and just I have redrawn that. Same thing. For simplification, I have done. Okay, for better analysis. Now, based upon this, now I'm going to find V naught. So this Vi, it will come across Rg, or it will be coming to this point. So at the gate, what you have? At the gate, you have 1 by Gm and RL, isn't it? RL, which is connected at the source. So again, this is acting as again the voltage divider, right? This voltage Vi, which is coming to the gate, since it is across Rg, the same voltage will be coming to this terminal also. As you can see, the circuit, Vi is the voltage across Rg. Same voltage Vi will come to the gate terminal also. Any doubts? Any doubts? Yeah. Vi is the voltage across Rg. So same voltage it is coming to the gate also. So that voltage Vi, which is shown here, again it will divide among these two resistance, that is 1 by Gm RL RC. So again we are going to apply a voltage divider and we are interested to find V0. What is V0? V0 is the voltage, output voltage across RL parallel RC. So to write V0, we have to consider Vi into the total resistance across which you are finding the output, that is RL parallel R0, divided by the overall resistance that is coming into this particular network. What is that? It will be 1 by Gm, there will be RL, there will be R0. So 1 by Gm plus the parallel of RL parallel R0. So now we got the equation connecting between V0 and Vi. But we are trying to find the gain equation. What is gain? Gain is nothing but output by input. To take Vi to this, we will get the equation for. Now from this AV directly you can write the equation for AV0. What is AV0? Concept is same. There is no change in concept. The concept of open circuit voltage gain is same throughout in all configurations. That is, open circuit voltage gain means we need to find the gain without connecting the load. So we have to disconnect the load resistance from our scenario. So in this equation we had RL, but in order to write AV0, I will throw this RL and remaining term only I will retain. So R0 will be there divided by here also this RL I will neglect. So R0 plus 1 by G. So what is Bhavani? What is the difference between AV and AV0? How you are going to find AV0? Just by discarding dash. Discarding RL. Okay. We are discarding RL load. Okay, we are open circuiting this load resistance and just we are replace or we are neglecting this RL and rewriting this equation so that it will become an open circuit voltage gain. So as of now we have done with three parameters. One is RN, which is directly observed from the circuit, that is RG. So already I have written the results in boxes. So that are the parameters you need to derive for each and every derivation. Second one is AV and third one is AV0. Now you will go for the last one, that is GV. GV is nothing but the voltage, overall voltage gain. Overall voltage gain means the ratio between V0 and Vsig. Instead of writing the ratio between V0 by Vi, now you are trying to focus the ratio between V0 and Vsig. So what is this Vsig? Vsig in terms of Vi, we already know. Vsig in terms of Vi, already I have written in equation number 1, right? So from this you can replace Vsig in terms of Vi. So Vi into Rg plus Rsig divided by Rg. We know the relation between Vsig and Vi. So easily we can replace here. And what is V0 by Vi? V0 by Vi is AV. Already AV we found out, right? So this Rg will come to the numerator and V0 by Vi is your AV, and we know the equation for AV. Just now we had written the equation for AV, this thing, and we can replace AV with entire term. So this entire term you can substitute in place of AV here. So instead of writing AV, that equation for AV, whatever you have derived, that you can replace so that it will become the equation for GV. Here also you can write one assumption. The assumption is that R0 is 1 by GM is very smaller than R0. So 1 by GM can be, R0 can be neglected because it is parallel, right? Whenever the two resistors are connecting in parallel, the equivalent resistance will be the smaller one. Please keep it in mind. Whenever the two resistors are connecting in parallel, the equivalent resistance value will be equal to the most smallest one. So here, as I have mentioned in this, 1 by GM is very much less than R0. So which is small here? 1 by GM. So this answer will be approximately equal to 1 by GM. That is our output resistance. How did you find out output resistance? Just by looking into this diagram, you can see this 1 by GM and R0, they are parallel to each other with respect to this drain. Why they are parallel? Why they are parallel? See, R0 is between source and drain. 1 by GM is also between source and gate, but gate is tied to drain. So these are parallel, isn't it? So R0 is parallel to 1 by GM. If we look into this particular terminal, here also you can see R0 is parallel to 1 by GM. Okay, by looking into the output terminal, R0 is parallel to 1 by GM. There itself, R0 is very much less than 1 by GM. So the answer will be approximately output resistance is equal to, so 1 by GM is very much less than that of R0. So approximately R out is equal to 1 by GM. This is the fourth result. So what are the result? One is the equation for Rn, that is Rg. Second one is the equation for AV. Third one is the equation for AV0. Fourth one is the equation for GV. And last one is the equation for out. So these are the 5 results of common source amplifier. The main speciality of this amplifier is that I told you here which gain is very small. I mean, which resistance is very small here? 1 by GM is very small. So when this can be neglected. So this will get cancelled, right? So AV will be 1. So when you can assume that 1 by GM is very smaller, as mentioned here, since 1 by GM is very less than that of R0, if we can incorporate that particular assumption in equation number 3, equation number 3, I will neglect this 1 by GM so that this 2 will get cancel each other so that AV will become 1. When voltage gain AV is 1 means what is the speciality of V0 by VA? They will be equal to each other, right? Whenever the ratio is 1 means numerator is equal to denominator. So output is following the input. Okay. So there is no gain. Here gain is unity. Unity gain amplifier. That is the speciality of common drain amplifier or the source follower. Why it is known as source follower? Because the output is following the source. You are taking the output from the source which is same as that of VI. Whatever you have here, that is VI, the same VI is coming across V0 or the load, which are same to each other or equal to each other, so that the ratio will become 1. When the gain is unity or when the gain is 1, what does it mean? There is no amplification. Whatever you are giving at the input, you are getting with the, and the output is at the source and it is following the input. Therefore, it is known as source follower, otherwise known as common drain. Why it is common drain? Because you are giving input to the gate and you are taking output from the source. So the drain will be common to both input and output. That is why it is known as common drain amplifier. So that is the end of this particular module. So in this module, the main important part is one is common source, second one is common gate, and third one is common drain. So all the 3 derivations of amplifiers are very important. So you have to practice the derivations of all the 5 results. 5 results in the sense you have the equation for Rn, you have the equation for Rout, and you have the equation for AV, AV0, and GV. So these are basically the 5 results for all the 3 amplifiers. Okay. Then another important question from this module is the body effect. Then this how to draw the equivalent circuit and the derivation for transconductance. Okay. You have 3 equations for transconductance, so that derivation is also important. This thing. Already this note is shared in the classroom, so you can access it from the classroom and you can practice the derivations. Okay. Now this class recording also I will share today, and meanwhile tomorrow you will have a quiz. So already I am having 4 hours tomorrow, so in between I will take quiz randomly, maybe afternoon any 1 hour I will take quiz. Okay, so just prepare
Assignment.
Assignment I will share tomorrow, so within 3 to 4 days you can submit.
Okay, sir.
This one I will take tomorrow. Yes.
Yes.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.